StraightallDay.com.
You're now tuned into the show where you learn the discipline to show up day after day to do the work, the confidence to put yourself out there boldly and authentically, and the mental toughness to continue showing up, doing the work, putting yourself out there, even when the success you've expected to achieve has yet to be achieved. And on top of all this, you get a huge dose of personal initiative. That is the go-getter energy that moves any one of us, including yourself, to go and make things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. And then we put all this together into a series of frameworks, approaches, insights, strategies, and techniques, all underneath the umbrella of one unifying philosophy that is called work on your game. My name is Dre Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day, and welcome to the show. And today's topic is stop being stupid. STUPID. Stop being stupid. I'm explaining where this topic comes from, what exactly I mean by this in a moment. Before I get into that, first of all, let me remind everybody that I have this daily motivation text message that I send out every single day, free of charge, to everyone who's in my text community. This text is guaranteed to keep you focused, sharp, and on point, and it's even going to challenge you mentally many times. If you want to receive this message free of charge straight to your phone, just text me at my number, which is 305-384-6894, and every day when I send it out, it goes straight to your phone for free. You can even respond to one of those messages and get a direct response from me. That number is down below as well in the description of this episode. So now, getting into the topic. Topic again is stop being stupid. Why did I name the topic this? What exactly am I talking about when I say this? Let's talk about it. This masterclass here today, this particular episode, not the whole show, this episode is about you discontinuing the bad habit, if you have this bad habit, of doing things that you know do not and will not work, but the reason why you keep doing them is because your ego will not allow you to come to grips with the truth that is staring you in the face. And this is how we define stupid. Now, I want you to understand, when I say stupid here, I do literally mean stupid, because I've clearly defined and made it clear exactly what I mean when I use the word stupid before on this show. So let me give you a couple examples. In episode number 1125, I told you the difference between ignorance and stupidity. They are different. They're not the same thing. To be ignorant means to not know something. Ignorance just means having a lack of knowledge or information on a subject. We are all ignorant on certain things. Stupid, on the other hand, is defined as behavior that shows a lack of good sense or judgment. The way I define stupid, to make it even more simple than that, it's when you know better, but you don't do better. Ignorant means you don't have information, so you might make a mistake simply because you don't know what you don't know. Stupid is when you have information and you make a mistake anyway. So you know that you're doing something that's not going to work and you do it anyway. That's stupid. Everybody understand here? Now everybody clear on what I mean when I say stupid? So I'm not just throwing the word out there for sensationalism's sake. It is a little bit sensational, but there's a real reason why I'm using it. Episode 209, I told you that explaining stupidity doesn't make it okay. In other words, if you do something stupid and then you have a good explanation for doing something stupid, that doesn't make it okay that you did something stupid. Now, you still did something dumb. In episode 1357, I told you let stupid people be stupid. So that doesn't mean it needs to be you. Just make sure it's not you. In episode 1901, we came to grips with the fact that some people are going to be stupid no matter what you say. So you had to accept that stupid people are who they are. So in episode 1901, I told you how to accept stupid people. And in episode 2195, I told you how not to be stupid. And today, we're going to talk about how to stop being stupid, just in case you have fallen into this. See, this is the reason why I've even said on episodes of this show why everybody needs coaching. Because even though you may have the right information, episode 2251, why you need a coach, that sometimes, even though you had the right information and you know that you shouldn't be doing stupid things, sometimes we can descend into stupidity simply because we don't have guardrails in place to keep us from falling into that spot. I told you about the law of entropy, that every entity, which means all humans, we are always moving towards a state of greater and greater chaos. Meaning, when you don't have standards or parameters or guardrails in place to keep you from doing stupid things, i.e. in a form of a coach or a trainer or somebody who can hold you accountable in some way. If you don't have that in place in your life, then that means you are slowly moving towards doing more and more stupid stuff, even when you're not trying to. All right, so that's why That's why you need something like a coach, and that's why I have to do episodes like this every now and then, as you can see, every 800 to 1,000 days or so, to remind you of stupid things that you might be doing that you didn't even know you were doing, not because you're trying to be dumb, not because there's anything wrong with you, simply because you didn't even realize that you were being stupid, because the law of entropy, science says you are always moving towards being more and more stupid unless you have something that is purposely keeping you from being stupid. Everybody follow? And this is why you need a coach. All right, if I haven't told you enough reasons, here's another reason why. So that's what this masterclass is about here today, this particular episode. So I'm going to tell you a story here that's going to frame this topic, that when I tell this story, let me explain this. When I tell you this story that I'm about to tell you, many people are going to think that I'm talking about them. Well, I am talking about you, but I'm actually not talking about you, because this same thing that I'm about to tell you, the framework of this story, has happened so many times over the years with several different people that is not really about any one individual, but it could be about a whole bunch of individuals. All right. So anytime I tell a story on this show, almost every time I tell a story on this show, somebody will leave a comment or say something like, "Oh, Dre, you're talking about me." Oh, well, no, I'm not talking about you, but I am talking about you, because any story that I tell where I don't give specific details, usually is because the same thing happens over and over and over again. So somebody who it happened with might think I'm talking about them, when you're just one of like 100 different people who's done the same thing that led me to talking about the subject. So let me give you the story. So here's what was happening. Me and another guy who are both authors, I mean, we write books, we were teaching an online online course about book writing, the whole book business, how to put your book together, get it published, get it out, sell books, make money from books, etc. So we put this program together, and the program is coming up that we're going to sell the books. Now, there was a person who I've seen in my audience in the past who was interested in writing a book. They were in the process of writing a book or about to write a book, etc., etc. So they're writing their book, and they're about to get their book out and all this, and they come to me and this other person, and they're like, "Yeah, I want to get into your book course. I just had I just wanted to reach out to somebody, just ask a couple questions before I put my money down and sign up for the course." Now, this person who reached out had not completed any books yet in their life, and they thusly, because they had not completed a book, they had not sold any books. They had sold 0 books. Now, between me and the person who I was working with, we had a whole lot of books written and a whole lot of books published and a whole lot of books sold. So we knew exactly what we were doing. And this person had been in my audience. So it's not like they were some brand new person who had never heard of either of us, just trying to discern whether we were actually legit. This person knew that we were legit. Okay, this person actually has met me in person as well, this individual who I'm talking about. So they came to us and they had all these detailed questions. I mean, like a list of questions about what we were going to teach and talk about, how we do this, etc., for this one-day book course that we were going to do. And they had all these basically minutia questions that usually people, and I've said this before, that sometimes when people get into the minutia of asking too many detailed questions about something, it's usually because they're using the questions as an excuse to do nothing. Because if you ask enough detailed questions, eventually one of two things is going to happen. Either you ask a question that's so detailed that the person who you're asking can't answer it, or you ask so many detailed questions that the person is like, "Well, look, all right, are you interested? If you don't want to do this, you're asking me all these questions. Look, if you need all these questions answered before you do anything, you probably just don't need to be here. You probably need to go find somewhere else to go." So that gives you a convenient excuse to do nothing, when that's really what you want to do from the beginning. You just wanted a convenient excuse to do nothing, a justification for it, instead of just saying, "Look, I'm just not interested," and just staying away. So this guy was asking all these minutia questions. It wasn't male, I will say that. And he got told in no uncertain terms, "Listen, if you need to get all those details, if you have all these detailed questions, then this is all the more reason why you need to sign up for our course. But if your objection is, since we won't answer all your questions, that's why you're not going to sign up for the course, to justify to yourself not investing in yourself, then fine, just go away. Like, we don't need your money. We've written more books. Both of us have written more books than you have. Our books are more than your 0. So we don't actually need it." And this was a message that this individual, this prospect, got from both of us, me and the person who I was partnering with in this process. So what we're gonna, now that I've told you the story, all right, that's pretty much the story. Now let's get into where the stupidity lies in this scenario, because you may not even understand what was stupid about that. Whereas, you can see how it can be kind of like annoying or funny style what this individual was doing, but you may be wondering, "Well, Dre, how is that? Why exactly are you calling it stupid?" Oh, I'll tell you, don't worry. And also, I'm going to make sure that you understand where you may be guilty of this at times, and how you can stop making such mistakes and you don't make the same mistake that this individual made here. And long story short, just to give you the end of that story, the person did not sign up for our course. They did not invest in themselves. We went and did the course anyway with the people who did sign up. And this person, the last that I heard, didn't finish their book, didn't publish their book, and has still sold 0 books in their lifetime. Now, you can draw whatever conclusions you wish from that. But let's get into the points. Today's topic, once again, is stop being stupid. Number 1, ignorance is when you don't know something. Stupidity is when you do know something, but you still do the wrong thing. Ignorance is understandable. Stupidity is not. I'm all right with ignorance. I actually am. I am okay with ignorance. If somebody's ignorant, that's okay. Because when you're ignorant, you can learn. You can go get information. Especially when you're aware of your own ignorance, then you know that you need to go get some information. You know, all right, I don't know anything about this. Let me go get some information about that. Let me go find out what I don't know. Let me go get some knowledge on this subject, which I clearly have no information on. It's okay to be ignorant as long as you're aware of your own ignorance. Being stupid is not okay. Because when you're stupid, that means you already know exactly what the deal is, yet you still do the wrong thing. All right. Stupidity costs you the most valuable resource in life, which is your time. Because you keep doing things that you know don't work, and you already know that they don't work, and now you just used up more time doing them again. The most stupid thing that many business professionals do, listen very carefully, because I'm about to describe a bunch of people right now who are listeners of this show. Don't take it personal. But if the shoe fits, I am talking about you, even though it's not personal about you. Get it? Stupidest thing that many business professionals do is continue to try to solve problems on your own when you have already tried and failed to solve the same problem in the past, and you are trying and failing in the present. That's the stupidest thing you can do. When you doing things by yourself is not working, yet you keep trying to do things by yourself. That's stupid. Because you doing things by yourself is already proven to not work. I mean, is there something that I'm missing? Somebody let me know if I'm missing anything. See, this is the person who, let me describe this person so you know if I'm talking about you. This is the person who knows that you are incapable of figuring out, let's say for example, how to get your business running the right way. You are incapable of figuring it out on your own. You've already tried and it's not working. Yet, instead of asking yourself a good question, such as, how can I find someone who can help me make this work, or how can I afford to hire the help that I need? Those would be very good questions. Instead, you ask yourself a very bad question, like, how can I double down on figuring this out by myself? Or how can I just get more disciplined, or get more motivated, or get more focused so I can figure it out on my own? Now, those are bad questions. And let me tell you why those are bad questions. Because some of you might say, well, Dre, aren't you the guy who talks about discipline? Don't you send out a text that says daily motivation? Don't you have episodes where you talk about focus? Why would those be bad questions to ask yourself how to be more disciplined, motivated, and focused? The reason why those are bad questions is because you, as the person in charge of a task, if you have already proven to yourself that you are not good at getting that task done, getting more disciplined, motivated, and focused on something that you're not good at only gets you deeper into the hole that you are already in. That's why it's a bad question. I didn't say discipline, motivation, and focus are bad traits. I said asking yourself how to be more of a thing that you're already not good at, and to get more disciplined, motivated, and focused at something that you're bad at is only going to make you worse at that thing. Because you're going to do more of the thing that does not work. That's why it's a bad question. So you already tried doing everything by yourself. So getting more motivated to do something that you're bad at is only going to make you worse. So you get it? So you're trying the thing now, and it's clear that it's not working. So how long would you continue to let an issue perpetuate that doesn't work? See, the moment that you go and continue on something that you know doesn't work, at that exact moment, you have proven yourself to be more stupid than you were 5 minutes ago. Not stupid to me, but stupid to you. Because it's not about my personal judgment of you. And when I do this episode here and I'm talking about stupid, I'm not talking about how I am personally judging you. Okay, what I'm talking, like I talked about a few episodes ago where it was Kate who left the bad review on Amazon for my book, Work on Your Game, saying that she felt like the book was accusatory. I can be accusatory again when I have no idea who you are and they feel accused. If you feel accused by somebody saying something like what I'm saying here today, that you're proving yourself to be stupid, clearly you're not listening to what I'm saying, because clearly you can't be listening, because I know I've articulated this pretty clearly. I'm not talking about how I personally judge you, since I don't personally know most of the people who listen to the show. And it's not about my personal judgment anyway. Even if I do know you, it's about the way that I laid this out, I helped you objectively and logically understand the definition of stupid. I gave you the definition straight out the damn dictionary. So this is not my judgment of you. This is what the dictionary says about you. If you're doing something that doesn't work, yet you keep trying to do it, that's stupid. By definition. So this is not about me judging you. It's about you looking in the dictionary, reading the definition, and judge yourself. And if I'm wrong, let me know. If I got something wrong, you can let me know. If I ever get anything logically or factually incorrect on this show, you have license to check me and hold me accountable and call me out for it. If I ever get anything logically or factually wrong on this show, most of the time I'm not logically or factually wrong. Most of the time I'm right. And I mean, I'm not saying that to be funny. It is funny, but it's not, because it's true. Because I know what I'm talking about. You're the one who suffers when you do something stupid. I don't suffer when you do something stupid. You suffer when you do something stupid. So it's not about how I feel about it, because in the long run, it doesn't affect me, it affects you. You're the one who has to deal with the outcomes of your own stupidity. I don't have to deal with it, you do. So does that matter? Point number 2. Today's topic is how to stop being stupid. Number 2. I want to give you an out clause here. I want to throw you a life raft. After I just explained how you could possibly be doing stupid things to and for yourself, let me give you an out clause to this whole situation. It is not 100% your fault. And I don't mean that facetiously, I'm being honest. It's not 100% your fault if you are doing stupid things right now. Like some of you, there are some people listening to this right now. There are 3 groups of people listening to this show right now. I'll classify them. There's one group who is not doing stupid things and they're listening to this for entertainment purposes. At least this episode. There's another group who is doing stupid things, and like Kate, who left the 2-star Amazon review of my book, Work on Your Game, because she felt accused by me using the word you in a damn self-help book, which makes no sense whatsoever. That's stupid. So there are people like Kate who are listening to what I'm saying here today, and they take it as a personal attack. Even though I don't personally know you, you take it as a personal attack that I'm pointing out your stupidity, which would actually help you if you recognize it and do something about it, but you take it as a personal attack, and because of that, you don't want to listen to anything else I'm saying, or you just hate listening to what I'm saying right now, so you can come up with some reason to discredit it and just disregard it and just keep doing the stupid things that you already were doing before you started listening to this episode, as if it's my fault. And that's another group of people who's listening to this right now. You're just listening because you're just looking for more reasons to not want to listen to me anymore. And then there's a third group of people, and this is who this episode is made for. Those of you who recognize through what I've said so far in this episode that you are probably doing some stupid things that are costing you success, and that you know you need to fix them. All right, those of you who are in that third group, okay, here's what I need to tell you. All right, this is point number 2. It is not 100% your fault. Some of your stupidity, we have to blame on nature. And again, when I say stupidity, this is not me calling you stupid. It's me uncovering and pointing out your stupidity. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm just pointing it out. Again, look at the definition in the dictionary. I didn't make this up. The word stupid was in the dictionary before I was born. I'm just pointing it out. Okay, I'm just the vessel here to help you understand. So we got to blame some of your stupidity on nature. When I say nature, what I mean is human beings are creatures of habit, all of us. So in other words, we usually continue doing the same things over and over again throughout our lives. The big benefit of this is that when we do things that are successful, things that we want, we continue to do them. The big challenge, on the other hand, is that when we do things that are not working, and when we do stupid things that we know don't work, we usually keep doing them anyway, simply by force of habit, because we are creatures of habit. So you could do something stupid and then do the same stupid thing 3 more times, simply because the power of habit stops you from being able to stop yourself from doing the dumb thing. So we had to break this, what we call cosmic habit force, which is one of Napoleon Hill's 17 principles of success. But what Napoleon does actually say this in his book, and when he talks about the 17 principles of success, the cosmic habit force works in both directions. So the force of habit can work for good and it can work for not so good, i.e. when you do stupid things. So when you get the cosmic habit force working in the right direction, what it requires is a certain amount of energy to break that negative momentum. All right, this is breaking the momentum by the law of inertia.